All right, folks, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. I'm feeling bubbly today. Here, we have covered a lot about how the economy has evolved over the last year or so, and how, in my opinion, the worst is yet to come. But enough bearishness for 1 week. We are going to be more upbeat. In this video, we're going to talk about what we're going to do about it, specifically how to take advantage of what's to come, how to make more money during this recession. Thank you to Shortform for partnering with me in today's video. More on them in a little bit. If you're new, I've got some resources for you down in the description below. Make sure to follow me on social for more content. Okay, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to make more money in this recession. And I'm going to be sharing my experience being a full-time entrepreneur since 2018. Yes, I was a small business owner before going on YouTube. Everything that I'm going to share with you today is not intended to be instant gratification, such as how to get this specific job or build that specific business. Those are short-term fixes that don't actually address the root causes of making more money. These are observations that have taken me years to compile, and I'm going to share them with you now. So if you're okay with this, then let's talk. The first thing that I would encourage you to do is to know thyself. And most people think they know what they're good at, but they don't know what their personality allows them to excel in. Aristotle once said that knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Where this applies to you is this: if you know yourself and you understand your personality, you will understand where your strengths lie and you'll understand your weaknesses. It is my personal belief and my experiences that tell me that we make most of our money effortlessly when we are leveraging our strengths. So if you agree with this, make sure to hit the like button. This means that one of the first things that we have to do is to assess our personality in the most scientific way possible. This will allow us to understand where our personal inclinations may lie. They say that there's a significant correlation between personality and income. So if you want to control income, you need to assess where your personality will be suited. There is a test called the Myers-Briggs assessment that allows you to see which one of the 16 personalities you are. But more importantly, it will tell you the following things. It will help you understand your strengths and weaknesses, your natural inclinations. It will help you understand what you prefer in romantic relationships, how you deal with friendships, how you deal with parenthood, even career paths. Highly recommend taking this assessment, which takes no longer than 10 minutes. Now, no test is perfect, but I found that this assessment is quite accurate for me personally, and also for those who I know. The most important part about this assessment is where it will tell you your weaknesses. You want to avoid main careers or side hustles in areas where you don't have a natural propensity in that area. This is because it will take you longer to acquire those skills, and in a world where great progress can be made in 2 to 3 years, spending 9 to 12 months on an area that is ultimately not your cup of tea is an opportunity cost to consider. And you want to focus on areas of strength. Just like in investing, you want to hold strength and you want to shy away from weakness. Do more of what is working and less of what isn't working. Once you identify your natural tendencies and know your areas of strength, then it's time to start formulating your skill set around that area. So using me as an example, this is what the Myers-Briggs test says, and I find this to be quite true. They say that protagonists, which is what I am, they are known for their leadership abilities, and they often find themselves in positions of influence. They may also find themselves in jobs as consultants, advisors, and managers. And wherever they work, protagonists rarely lose sight of their core mission to improve people's lives. That's very true based on my core interests and my passion to helping you navigate markets and investments on my YouTube channel. Now guys, back when I was in college, I interned for a famous accounting firm called PwC. In fact, some of my YouTube followers who are accountants probably work at this famous company. And let me tell you, it was one of the best accounting firms I've ever worked at. The company was incredibly run and is the envy of other accounting firms. But for me, many of the tasks were based on heavy structure and routine. Now, I want to make it perfectly clear that this work environment is a great one, but it also demands that you have to have a certain personality. For me in particular, it just wasn't necessarily the best fit for my own situation, but it may work for others. So why is this important? Well, if I had stayed at this company since I graduated from college, I would probably be in the manager, senior manager position at the firm, and that's great, and that's wonderful. But then I wouldn't have been able to start my market-leading educational program, Tigerway, here in Massachusetts, which is one of the most well-known companies for SAT prep and college consulting services. And then I wouldn't be able to run an amazing global investment community with several hundred amazing people just like yourself. So in the end, I don't honestly look at earnings as the ultimate indicator. Your happiness is priceless too. And at heart, I'm an educator, a coach, and a strategist, and I find a lot of joy in what I do, and ultimately that leads me to better prospects. So as we can see here, knowing your personality is huge. A huge step forward in identifying where you should place your focus. Most content creators, they might tell you that you should do drop shipping for side hustles, day trading, or Airbnb businesses, but the people who are successful in these niches, they have certain personality traits that increase the likelihood of their success because that career is potentially a stronger fit for them. Up next, after you identify your personality, the next step is to really become an expert in this area. And the way to do this is to read more and, more importantly, read efficiently. And that's where the partner of today's program comes in, short form. So in order to really stand out in your niche, you actually need to know your industry and you need to know areas outside of your industry. If you guys have been following my email list down below for a while now, you might know that in certain instances in the past, I enjoyed sharing examples from literature and history in order to share deep metaphors on how markets work. That's because in my spare time, I like to explore topics outside of my main niche. Believe it or not, investments is a professional interest to me, but I find adjacent areas to be very fascinating to learn on the side. But of course, not everyone has that much time on their hands, and that's what short form can do. They provide comprehensive coverage of all key ideas clearly and simply explained, along with smart commentary and analysis of books. They cover a wide range of topics, including business, entrepreneurship, marketing, productivity, science, tech, money, and finance. They synthesize viewpoints from reputable sources like the Wall Street Journal, The Economist, and more. So instead of spending hours searching for articles from different sources, Shortform does some of the work for me. They compile this information from reputable sources, and they provide objective treatment of the topic. This allows me to stay up to date in a more efficient manner. Shortform also allows for additional features such as audio guides so that you can listen and learn on the go. It allows you to highlight and take notes and even download PDF versions of book guides. And new book guides and articles are published every week, and subscribers get to vote on what books to cover next. So if you're interested in getting access to thousands of book guides for the price of one book a month, take advantage of our special offer by joining Shortform through my special link provided or by clicking the link in the description, and you'll get 5 days of unlimited access and an additional 20% off from the annual subscription. Capitalize on this opportunity and save money to expand your knowledge, and thank you to Shortform for sponsoring today's video. Now, once you have your personality and your plan to acquire more knowledge through reading settled, it's time to move on to the last tip that I have for you. And that is to develop a more proactive personality and be okay with having a mentality of selling yourself. And what exactly does this mean? Well, if you're watching my videos, you're probably an employee or an entrepreneur. Most people are in one of these two camps. If you're an employee, you need to remember that in the corporate world, productivity is profitability. If you're an entrepreneur, being proactive to tell people about your offers is the only way you can generate attention and therefore sales. Now, I think a lot of people are very uncomfortable with sales, and I think that people don't like to be sold, and that's a very natural reaction. But most people don't necessarily achieve their dream goals, and that is because they don't exit their comfort zone. So as an employee, you can raise your value and sell yourself by pushing for more complex projects. That is the way to sell yourself. You see, in a company, once you're staffed on highly critical projects or tasks, you can't easily be replaced. And by involving yourself in a critical project that has the potential to make the firm more money, you are directly and unambiguously positioning yourself for more visibility at the company. With this, you're putting yourself in a spot where you can get promoted. So remember this formula that success is the summation of likability and knowledge. By working on the higher level projects because you were proactive, you are simultaneously giving yourself a chance to improve both parts of the equation. And as an entrepreneur, you cannot shy away from reminding people the value of what you do. It's not necessarily comfortable, but it has to be done. Uncomfortable jobs are desired the least, yet they reward you the most. So a big part of an entrepreneur's journey is constant rejection in a longer-term positive trajectory. In mathematics, they call this a polynomial. Many local lows in an uptrending process. You just have to develop thick skin. You have to develop the ability to take no's. It's just part of the process. This applies to you if you're an employee or whether you work for yourself. Like I said in the beginning of this video, this is a high-level map of creating a strong foundation for you to build on. With these mindsets and frameworks in place, you are now positioned to start building on a more solid footing to make more money as an employee, or if you're already in business, be in a frame of mind where you reinforce your beliefs and expand in your market with more confidence. One of my friends on Twitter and Substack, who you should follow, Genevieve, she tweeted that since 2020, the richest 1% of people have accumulated 63% of all new wealth created around the world. Now look, 2023 is not going to be an easy year for anyone, and I completely agree with Genevieve, but there's a lot of money out there that is waiting to be claimed if you work hard, if you are ready to deliver value and commit to excellence. And I've made that pretty clear on my channel. But I'm going to continue to do my best for you guys, and there's much more to come. I've got cool resources in the description below. Make sure to join my email list and join Genevieve's. We recommend each other. We're friends on social media. YouTube thinks that you guys might enjoy this content up here, so make sure to check it out, and I will keep cheering you on and see you in my next video.